welcome back. This is Clay and Susan Nelson on the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour. And Susan is, you ought to see her, she's glowing in the dark over here, having a hot flash. It's really cool. Wow, go Susan. Anyway, today's show is all about trust, and Susan, I trust that this hot flash won't be your last, okay?
Yeah.
And anybody out there who's ever gone through menopause, if you'd like to call in, or we're going to have a show in the next 2 or 3 weeks. We're going to start a 3-show series on what it's like to live inside of the change that goes on in some women, and we're just going to talk about how it's working in our life.
Just our own experience.
Yeah, our own experience. We're not doctors or anything else. We're just living through it, you know. At least Susan is, and I'm barely. Ha! All right, we got a caller on the line. What do we got?
Hi, my name is Stephanie.
Hello, Stephanie.
Well, you had asked what people trust, and I thought I would call in and say what I would really like to be able to trust is that my kids have really cleaned up their room when they tell me they have, and then they go running off and do something, and then I discover later that they haven't, and it makes me crazy.
Yeah.
Or I have a teenager who recently got a driver's license, and you know all the rules that there are.
Yeah.
And I've heard you talk about some of the choices your son has made after he got his license, and I really worry that my son's doing what he's supposed to, and I thought maybe you could help me with that.
Well, has your son had any problems with his driving? Has he got any tickets?
No,
or anything?
he hasn't gotten any trouble
Okay.
yet.
And does it really matter if the kids' rooms are totally clean up to your standards?
No, but here's what does matter.
Oh, okay.
Is that they lie to me and they tell me it's not.
Oh. Well, have you checked in to see if maybe that it's cleaned up to them?
Well, I'm clear
But Mom, it's fine for me.
I'm clear their standards aren't my standards.
There you go.
However, they do know
there you go.
what the bare minimum expectation is, and 3 feet of dirty laundry is not.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's what I need to find out is, is there some standard that they know is the minimum standard of quote unquote clean room? You know what I mean?
Please have your dirty clothes in the laundry. So when I do the laundry, all the whites get done at one time.
Yeah. So have you ever, what I did with my kids when they were younger is if they said they did something and they didn't do it, I'd either go find them or I'd call up the house where they were at and ask them to come home and ask them to please be their word.
Yeah, and that we do that.
Yeah.
I guess I wonder is...
But not in anger. Just you gave me your word, so I'm going to ask you to keep it, and I'm not mad at you, and I love you. Now would you please go clean up your room, then you can go play again.
So does that... I guess I get so frustrated.
Yeah.
And so I can say that I have at times, dragged them by the ear back home in anger.
Yeah, that really works
visual,
too.
Isn't it?
Doesn't that work? That works great, doesn't it?
But I don't know. Is it just you can consistently keep bringing them home? I guess I'm thinking, when are they just going to learn? And
when they get old enough.
What is old enough?
When they figure it out.
Oh, no.
No, when they figure out that the one thing you don't want is Mom to get mad at you, and two, that you honor their space. Now, and respectfully, one of the things I learned early on with my kids is I let them have their room be their room. I didn't mess with it. I didn't go in there. I didn't clean it. I didn't do anything. When they were old enough to clean it themselves, and then even when Susan and I were cleaning the room when they were little enough, we didn't mess with too much. We'd ask them how they wanted it, and they asked them if they wanted to go clean it up or how they'd like it. And but also at the same time, when they couldn't find something, we wouldn't help them look for it. If it was in that room, if it was their space, they had to go find it. And then after a while, they started being responsible for where stuff was.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, because I'm flashing to all the upsets my daughters, especially their younger, have.
And let me address something else. The issue of them not doing what they said and how you handle it is two different things. Them being out of integrity with what they said they were going to do is one issue. How you handle it and how your circumstances or how your day has gone or how your pent-up madness occurs. Many times the mad we get in a circumstance is way bigger than the circumstance requires.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so when you hear yourself doing that, kind of back up a little bit, because respectfully, it's not about the room being clean. It's about the relationship that you have with your kids.
Right. Okay.
It's about the listening. It's about the love affair. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's hard. I got it.
Yeah.
And just get this. It'll probably never meet your standards of cleanliness. Just at least that's been my experience.
And and when they're 22 years old, they go, "Mom, thanks."
Well, that's what I hope. Is that
it might take it till they're 30.
I as a kid had my moments of being a pig too. So I think back and like, okay, we do grow up, and hopefully, we like cleanliness a little bit more than we do when we're 12.
And can I give you a gold nugget?
Sure.
What if it wasn't being a pig? It was just normal, what kids do.
Oh, that's a better way of thinking about that, isn't it?
Yeah. So who has to change?
I think you're telling me that would be me.
Yeah.
Mom has to change.
Yeah, it might be that we're putting too much energy on a clean room.
Yeah.
You understand?
You just consider it a horizontal closet.
Yeah, just trust that one.
I think you guys should turn that into your own quote for someplace. You love quotes so much.
A horizontal closet. Where'd you
I
come up with that?
got that on that cartoon that we like so much with Jeremy.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Zits, Z-I-T-S.
Yeah.
And it's a teenage son that the mom and dad are dealing with. Anyway, he called it his horizontal closet.
My situation into cartoons. That's good
Yeah.
to know. All right. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for calling in. Great talk. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now, so we're talking about, trust and distrust, and, some of the things that are triggers for distrust are, your own checkbook, all right? It's like I'm in the process of looking for a bookkeeper for my business, and I have to tell you, I don't know who is best to trust. Plus, I got to tell you, Susan has been doing the books for our businesses our entire 30 years. And Susan's going back to school again, so she's not going to be doing the books, and I got to get somebody else to do the books. Well, I don't trust anybody else besides Susan to do the books. Plus, I don't want anybody to know my personal cash flow, blah, 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 what I do with my money or how much money I got or whatever. I don't know why I give that so much meaning, but I don't want somebody else doing my books. So, but I have to go find somebody to do my books, so I have to find somebody that I trust, okay? Then our children, think about this one. Around the domain of trust, how many of those parents out there, how many of you out there with small children, think about this. You've gone to find child care, and you find somebody, you have to check out who they are. And then you see on the news about somebody that filmed their babysitter, the babysitter's abusing the kids. So you know that this babysitter you got is going to abuse the kids for sure, all right? Or you go to Montessori school, or you go to whatever. You want to check everybody out. And it all comes from, oh, my gosh, I don't trust that my little baby's going to be cared for. All right? So, and then what about our grades? For the college students out there, when you're choosing a group to work with, on a class project, can I trust that the group I'm going to work with, or any volunteer organization, will absolutely do what they say they're going to do, okay?
Or do I have to take on all the work for everybody in this class project?
Right. Or just about, how about this? Trusting your own emotions, So there. By the way,
that's a scary thought.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we've got to take a break now, but I want to say one thing about the third annual Olympics Classic Car Show fundraiser.
Special Olympics.
Special Olympics, yes. The Special Olympics, by the way, great organization to back. I said on the last segment of the show, I said, gee, I don't know how they make money. And the way they make money is they have raffles at the show, and that the people that show their cars and stuff pay to be there. So that's how they make money to help out the Special Olympics. And we went to the Special Olympics grand finale.
Special Olympics
in Los Angeles. Last June, 1 year ago.
It was in June,
and it was the most phenomenal gathering of people I've ever seen in my life.
Cool.
It was really cool. So remember, October 4th, this Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Santa Barbara City College West Campus, Great Meadow, okay? You have to go there, get there, see the car, see the paint job. It's going to be really cool. We will be there. Susan and I will be there, and you can meet us, talk to us, and ask us about what our future show is going to be like, about how to live in menopause, Totally. All right, get on back here.